Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today we are reviewing the Convoy S21E. This is the fancier E-switch brother of the Convoy S2 Plus. So this is actually already done this video, but I'm doing it again because the last one was 12 minutes, and by me yammering on like this, we're going to add another 20-minute long video. So let's get into it. So I know a lot of people only like watching the beam shots, so I'm going to throw over a few basic specs here. So you can skip to like whatever, and then I'll go into more depth. So this is the Convoy S21E. My version is using the Nichia 519A in 5700K tint. It is a R09080 LED. I'll leave a little what's it called picture here, so you can check it out. It's a high CRI, at least 90 CRI. According to Nichia on their website, it averages out about 93 CRI. A lot of people have been getting over that, about 95. I measured this one at 1,377 lumens. That does seem a little bit high, but considering it's running a E-switch that's using a new Convoy driver that's 6 amps, it is like overdriven pretty hard. I guess what other specs do you need before you go to the beam shots? So using an E-switch, so its modes are all different. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Yeah, it's running on a 21700, and that's pretty much it, I guess. If you just want to watch the beam shots, click ahead now. Now, for our normal broadcasting. If this video takes the same amount of time, I'm not going to be too impressed. So we'll run over, I guess, in a little bit more detail as the LED. So it's a Nichia 519A LED. You can get them in all different tints. I'll leave the tints there. But mine's 5700K. You get them in like a 4000, 3000, 4500K tint. Apparently, according to Nichia, the ones that are R09080 are actually the 90 plus CRI LEDs. If you're going to get a 70 CRI LED from Nichia, it's going to be R70 is going to be in the name. So probably doesn't matter to you guys, but I just thought I'll add that in there. So yeah, 519A, as I've already said 20,000 times. 1,377 lumens is what I measured it at. Convoy rated at 1,300. The Jaws from BLF measured it at 1,300. That's without the losses for the LED, for the lens and reflector. But his was a different tint to the 5700K, so this is a lot lighter tint to the one that was measured. So that would kind of change the output there quite a bit. So the Convoy S21E uses a 21700 cell, as I've already said 80 million times. It's got a USB Type-C charging port here, which is covered by a flappy flap. As you can see, it makes the flap sound. Certified flappiness. And it spins around like this. How cool is that? What else are we looking at? Aluminium alloy, black anodizing. It looks like it's anodizing type 3 because it's not too shiny. Hopefully it's not coming up on the camera too bad, but to me it doesn't look too shiny. IPX4 rated because it is an E-switch and it does have this flap here, and if you're like me and you did not put that back down, that would not be waterproof at all, and the water will just pour into the driver and fry your light. So only IPX4. It's got a AR coated lens. Focus, buddy. Let me just go up like that. Still not focusing, buddy. There we go. AR coated lens. OP reflector. It does have a stainless steel bezel, which is pretty cool. Not kind of like a tactical bezel or anything, but doesn't really matter. It's also got a stainless steel retaining ring here. Overall, I am very, very impressed with the build quality of this light. Is this thing going to focus? Maybe not. Maybe. Basically, yeah, I am super impressed with the build quality of this light. Convoy has improved their build quality substantially, especially with these newer style lights. The S2s and the C8s are still kind of built the same as what they used to be. They are slightly kind of improved. You see a few improvements here and there. But these newer lights, like the Convoy S11 that I have and this S21E, are bloody brilliant. The knurling is neither like too high or too low. It's just perfect. The anodizing is really good. You get like substantial amount of like adequate grip to undo the tail cap like so. And little things like this, right? Like, there's a lot of companies out there, even like Convoy or Claris or JetBeam, that if you got a E-switch, they wouldn't put a retaining ring there to hold the E-switch in place. But Simon from Convoy went ahead and done that, and that makes like a big difference. I don't know if you really need it there, but it does kind of like finish it off a lot better than those other lights. Once again, I forgot in the other video, I didn't do a lux reading, but it's only going to throw 200 to 300 meters, so we're kind of like, I didn't really see a point, because it's not going to throw that far anyway. Anyways, we'll talk about the size now. So it is 88 grams, so it is slightly heavier than a standard S2 Plus. It is 27.3 mils at the head. It will be ever so slightly wider here because it's a bit squarier here. 116.4 mils long, so it is actually super short. Considering it's a 21-700 cell, this is a standard S2 Plus here, and you can see it is actually longer than the standard S2 Plus. So we'll take it apart, I guess. So yeah, as I was saying, build quality is awesome. I know I'm kind of mixing these two subjects up, but the tail cap is anodized. We'll take it apart here. The threads are all really well cut. You know, you can see O-rings there. I was going to say that it came lubed, but I brought mine second hand, so I do not know if it actually comes lubed or not. I'm still talking about the size specs because it uses a E-switch 20mm driver here. So as you can see, that's the driver there. It's a different driver. It's actually on a purple PCB, so like the Oshpark PCBs. I don't think it's an Oshpark PCB, but it is perps, which is pretty cool. With stainless steel bezel. We'll have a look inside it. That's the stainless steel bezel there, and the AR coated glass. It's kind of like one of those. It's not a C8 style where the bezel sits over the outside of the head of the torch. It actually sits on the inside. Nice big OP style lens there, and a 20mm MC PCB, metal core PCB, with the Nichia 519A there. So what else specs? The lens and bezel and reflector are about 22 mils in size. I did measure these, but I don't have my digital calipers. I used analog ones, and they came up. It's about 22 mils. They should pretty much be the same size because they do fit on the inside. So unlike a reflector that'll have to go over the top here, it sits inside. So yeah, it does make sense that they are the same size actually. So yeah, like overall, I know I'm talking about it again, mixing it up, but the build quality is bloody awesome. Like, look at how good everything fits and sits together. I'm not doing it no justice. Justice League. Fit in. Don't mind me. I'm not a expert at doing lights, although I have been doing it now for a long time. Greasy fingerprints, minus 200 lumens. Hopefully not. Well, that'd be quite disappointing. So if we have a little listen here, you can hear that no grinding of the threads, no nothing. Put in my sofa and cell, put it back together, and it's that simple, that easy. Like so. It does have a reversing clip, so it can fit on your hat. Like this fits under your hat. It's a reversing clip, so the clip goes the other way around. And a lanyard. I don't know if it came with anything else because I brought mine second hand. But I'm guessing it would have came with O-rings and whatever. So I don't usually talk about the UI with torches, so feel free to skip to the beam shots unless you want to know the UI. Because it is an E-switch, I might as well talk about it. It's not using Ordrill or Nazrill. That's the first thing. So I understand a few people might not be into these kind of like random UIs with E-switches. I myself am not a fan of an E-switch because, you know, it can be in your pocket and you might accidentally do that. And then imagine if you do that twice, and then you burn your house down. That's not a very good look on you. Or you burn yourself down. It's probably even worse, right? But we'll talk about the driver. So as I've said 80 million times now, it is a 6 amp Convoy driver with the E-switch. It does have a few like pretty cool features. It does have that USB Type-C built-in charger. It does charge your cells at 2 amps. It is a little bit on the high side, the 2 amps, but it is a 21-700 cell. Just remember, if you were to put in like a really cheap 18650, 2 amps might actually be a little bit too much to charge it at. It does have low voltage protection. it does have a temperature protection. Now the temperature protection isn't just a normal step down. It kind of like, because it is a ramping driver, the temperature will ramp down. It's not just going to drop down to a set amount. It'll ramp down, then ramp down more, then ramp down more. Now that's a pretty damn cool feature for a light, especially a light coming from Convoy, because they don't have too many lights with side switches. So the driver does have the ramping mode. It does have a bunch of other modes. I'm not really going to go into the modes here, but the ramping mode does also have a memory mode. So if you ramp up to here and you click it and you click it on, and that's it. So it remembers the last mode that you ramped it to. It does also have like all these instant access modes, like double click should lead us to turbo mode. This is not going to go good. Oh, it done it! Yay! Woo! It done it! Yay! And then I think it's like one single push to get into moonlight mode. And there, moonlight mode. Moonlight mode is not that low. It's pretty low, but it's not that low. So I got a my C8 here. No, sorry, my S2 Plus here, and this just has like a BLF A6 driver, and you can see the difference there that moonlight mode on the BLF A6 driver is a lot lower. I am kind of used to using those kind of drivers now. Yeah. If you're a man or a woman or someone that likes mode selections, it does have a mode selection mode where it'll go like low, medium, high. It does have a lockout, which takes 10 clicks, but I've not gotten it to work yet. And 5 clicks is a voltage tester, apparently. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we do it fast. Oh, it is. It's doing it. Yay! Go. What? That didn't even do anything. I know what it's waiting for. It's waiting for me to look into the LED, and it's just going to shine it in my eyes at like the 1300 lumens that it does, and burn my retinas. I think we can pretty much wrap this up. Hopefully it's not up to 12 minutes now. Bloody bad or not be. Yeah, so I'll leave a link to the UI here if you just want to check that out. The only thing I would have liked this light to have, because it does have an E switch, and because nowadays like I'm pretty ritzy, I would have liked it to have like a standby light. Like when you charge it, it does charge with like red and green for start and stop, but it doesn't have a standby light. Like, you could have just added a standby light. Like, it wouldn't be that hard, would it? What would I know? But that's pretty much it, I guess. Like, overall, I rate this light, like, if I don't usually rate lights out of 10, sometimes I do. But honestly, I'll give it like a solid 8 out of 10. It is a bloody well good light. Well good. That's not something that... It is a bloody good light. So, like, the E-switch is a bit different for me. I don't know how to use the lockout, but I'm guessing you don't have to, like, wind the tail cap back too much to make that not work. Like, you don't even need, like, the lockout there. You just lock it out like so. And, like, it's that easy. Besides that, yeah. Like, 8 out of 10. It's bloody well built, well priced. Only, like, 20-something US. I got mine for even cheaper. I paid, like, $50. Second hand, and I got like a bunch of these Convoy lights, a whole bunch. Yeah, like $22 US or something. Bloody bargain. Buy one for everyone, and you literally can buy one for everyone because it's got an inbuilt USB Type-C charger. So that means you just plug it in and let it go, and off she goes. All right, now after all this blabbering and yabbering, we can go outside and get some beam shots. But it is raining, so not sure if we can do it right now. Alright guys, we've got the Convoy S21E on now. We'll just check out the tint on this Nichia 519A. It is a 5700K tint. It is supposed to be like 90 CRI, but I didn't buy the light myself. Like, I did buy the light, I paid for it, but I didn't buy it from Convoy. But as far as I could tell, Simon put up, you know, the R0800 reference, and when I checked that up on the Nichia website, it does say it is high CRI. So we'll have a little look-skis around the yard now and see how those colours look. It does look pretty good. I mean, it is a lot higher tint, 5700K. I believe I'll probably de-dome it and give it a go then. We'll play with the ramping a bit. It is raining right now. I don't particularly want to wet this phone, but I might have to get outside on the soggy grass. Okay, so we ramp it all the way up, and there we are. That's the highest mode. It does blink there. One thing I can tell from looking at the camera is it's definitely not washing anything out. Where I know a little bit, maybe on those front trees, it is bloody getting hot too. If it was just a pure white tint, like it was low CRI, it would definitely be starting to wash some of these trees out and stuff, but it is not doing that right now. Not a bad tint actually, it's not too bad. We'll definitely do some normal beam shots up the yard and have a little look. I'll run back down now because it's getting really hot. I could just see it starting to step down actually by itself. No, wrong way. Yeah, not bad tint. Just to show you guys what I mean by the tint, before we go into the yard again, I'll show you against the cold white, that S2 Plus that I got on me. Alright, just for comparison, this is that S2 Plus, SFT40, 6500K tint, I guess. And that's what the trees look like there. And we can do it side by side. So that's the S2 one here with the Nichia, and this is the Luminus SFT40 to your right. So you can definitely see the, I know like sometimes people say this just to be smart ass, but the trees do definitely look a lot duller with the cold white tint. Well, technically speaking, they're probably both cold white, right? Okay, we'll move now so we don't disturb too many people. Alright guys, now we're going to do the long beam shot. It's about 20 meters to the back fence. Wait, how is that long? A few hundred meters is long. What I mean by the low mode is this is actually the lowest mode that this S21E has. And you can see between me and the cubby house there, or prime real estate in Sydney for $1 million, it is about 5 meters distance. So it's still like pretty far away, but it still has a lot of light. That is like a lot of light. If I show you over here, it's pretty much like lighting up the whole yard. Okay, we'll ramp up and I'll show you the ramping speed. It's about 3 seconds between low and full ramp. Try and make that more even. So yeah, it is super bright. It does seem it is over like 1,000 lumens. I would say it is pretty close to the 1300. Yeah, because it does light up the whole yard. And the yard, although it is a bit narrow, it is pretty far to the back fence. It's about 20 odd meters. Okay, we'll put another light side by side and see how it does. Alright guys, so this is the S2 Plus on with the SFT40 here. You can see it is much brighter, but it is very cold white. I probably should go to the park and do these beam shots because these lights are getting pretty bright. I must say, this S21E is quite impressive. The 1300 lumens that it gives you is pretty good. So S21E here and S2 Plus here. I'm trying to keep them low on the grass so you guys can see the difference in the tints. Yeah, side by side, you can definitely see a pretty clear difference. They're both getting really hot now. Whoop, S2 Plus just stepped down. I'll turn it off now. This is the S21E on, and like, oh, I'm changing hands. It's getting really hot. It is, like, I must say, I'm quite impressed that a single die LED that runs on 3 volts can actually get like 1300 lumens, considering that it's high CRI. Like, that is pretty damn cool. Usually I do put more beam shots, but I'm going to actually do a beam shot comparison of a few high CRI LEDs. So I'll probably save the rest of the beam shots for that. Yeah, actually, no, we'll do a, we'll get at the Convoy S11 and just do a quick shot with that. Alright guys, now once again the Convoy S21E is on its lowest mode. I've got my Convoy S11 with me, and that's got the GT FC40 in it. It is 4000K tint, but they are both 90 CRI. So we'll see how they do side by side. Actually, we'll do them one at a time. So S21E on here. Whoop. No, ruined the video. And that is the S11 there. You know what? Even though this is supposed to be a 4000K tint, I can't even tell the difference really. Yeah, you can side by side, you can a bit. But it's not actually way too different. Cool. I was expecting the S11 to be much. So this is the S21E here, this is the S11 here. I was expecting the S11 to be like much warmer, but it's not really. Look on those trees at the back there. Look on those trees. So that's the S11 there, Convoy S11. And that is the S21E there. Whoop, ramp the other way, buddy. Not bad. And even like brightness wise, the S21E still does pretty good, considering that the S11 is over 2000 lumens. In the yard it's pretty hard to tell because it's not that big, but yeah. Anyway guys, that's been the review of the Convoy S21E with the Nichia 519A. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a great light. Like, I would definitely buy one. Well, actually, I did buy one. I would buy another one, but I don't have the money. I can't keep on wasting money on lights. But like, if you are after a light of this caliber and you want these specs, I will definitely check out the Convoy S21E. It is well worth the money. Great build, great light. As always guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Thank you.